So welcome guys to this, the very first ever The Naked Truth Ghost Hunting Show. No, we're not sat here naked.
Speak for yourself.
That's something that you wanted to do, but not me. We're not sat here naked. We are here.
Look at that.
But what are we here for? Why are we doing this?
So we can talk about ghosts, the paranormal.
Okay.
Do they exist? Do they? What do you think?
I don't know, but what's this show going to be all about?
Well, it's going to be the naked truth as we see. As Matt says, we're not going to be sitting here naked. And the idea is, it's our thoughts, it's what we think. It doesn't necessarily mean what Joe Blogg thinks down the road. It's what we believe. But it's not the truth. But it's what we believe is.
We're also going to be trying and ask the questions that nobody really wants to ask, or the questions that we've always wanted to ask. You know, so I'll give you an example of that. You know, 1 minute somebody's saying, be careful, ghosts can follow you home, but then the next minute they're saying that they're stuck in a plane. Which one is it? You know, explain that. You know, that's something that we need to explain. And
I've heard it both ways.
Yes, probably go both ways. But we're also going to be trying to get people on. So we're going to be talking to mediums and people that are interested in ghosts. We're going to get everybody's view on this, and that hopefully by the end of this, we will get to some sort of answer. That's what we were doing this for.
Yeah.
So, as you were saying, you know, are ghosts real? How long have you been doing this?
It's about 2005 now. Is it that long? 12 years, 13 years, on and off.
Yeah, I think it's been since 2005, 2004. We kind of started at the same time, and it was a funny night because we'd gone around another friend of ours' house. And I remember the night before I was left alone, and I was flicking through the channels, and I remember finding Haunted, and it really excited me for the very first time. And I remember going around and I said to everybody, "Oh my god, I watched this great show," and everybody else went, "Most Haunted."
Yeah.
And we decided that we wanted to have a bit of a take the piss, really.
Yeah, we thought, same as everybody else has done at a local club, and have a go themselves. I mean, what did you need? Someone to stand there and call out for ghost?
Yeah, I think we thought we could do it. We thought we could take a piss out of it. We called ourselves AMH at the time, which was a play on Almost Haunted. Yeah, it was a play on Most Haunted. And we went to our very first place, and things happened.
Where was I? I can't remember.
Guildhall.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Guildhall, yeah.
That was just as a sixer, wasn't it?
That was just a six. That's what kind of started our night.
Yeah.
Started it. We went there, and it was part of another package. Another group had organised it. We went on it, and that night stuff happened. I don't think we couldn't explain it.
Yes, I remember that. The cells, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The room was. If you ever been in there, you got the cells, cell doors. You got the mannequins inside. I think there's about 2 or 3 cells in there.
There's 2 cells.
2 cells.
2 cells.
And then you got a big, massive kind of table, like old English countryside cottage
Table. Yeah,
kitchen
big
table
oak kind of looking table. Yeah.
And then the other side is the old fireplace. Now the old fireplace, you can still feel heat coming from it, even though the heater was off. There was no fire, but you could feel heat coming from it.
And it hadn't been on all night. Just to say this, it's not like it was on. It was also the summertime, so again, it wasn't. I don't think it had been on. It was a summertime hunt.
Yeah, all the windows were blacked out with dustbin liners. But that's what I'm saying. It was no heating on, but you can actually feel your hands get warm where the fireplace would have been or is, but there is no fire. And also, I think from my point, the first experience was I was standing near on the left-hand side of the building next to the wall, and straight opposite the door, which you ran off screaming like a little girl from.
Which we'd get to in a bit.
Yeah, he cried. And there's a girl standing about 3 feet to the left of me. And I think at the time he was calling out. And basically, in the middle of me and this girl there, who only met on that night, there was a loud kind of... We just looked at each other. Like, bring us some more, we want more. And that was, I think, the first real experience as such on a hunt. Experienced.
And from there, it got more and more. I mean, during the night, we started off having a laugh. It was just one of those things. We were on a ghost hunt. Typical new group of people on it. Didn't really want to believe it. Didn't really believe it. Thought it was just going to be like most haunted. Somebody's going to scream and that was it. This was probably one of the last one rooms that we were doing. This happened to Craig. And what happened to me was it was a strange one because I was stood, it was in the dark. I was sat in the dark, should I say, and they were calling out. I can't remember the name everybody was calling out, but they were calling out this name. Let's say it was Stephen.
Which was it?
I can't remember. Honestly, I can. Everything before this, couldn't remember. And I remember this voice shouting out, "That's not my name." And I'm like, I know. These guys are having a mess about. They're coming, they're moving around. I'm getting taken for a fall here. So every time it happened, I turned the flashlight on, and nobody was to the left of me. Everybody was to the right, and I'm like, how can they be doing this? So
there was that big steel door to your left, wasn't it?
Yeah. I had my shoulder to the exit and the steel door, whereas everybody else was to the right, which was within the room. And I was getting a bit, and then it said, "You can hear me." Now, was I drunk? Was I tired? Whatever. I mean, I don't know. We did have a few drinks before we went in there.
What?
Okay, one drink before we went there. Could that have been the issue? Again, these are the questions that we didn't know at the time, and this is the reason why we started. And there was a lot more that happened to that story, and we'll get to that next few more times within these podcasts. If you want to find out more, keep listening. We'll explain more on our next podcast about that. But that kind of started us off. So in 2005, we actually formed AMH, and that was when we moved on and became a ghost hunting group. We didn't really do a lot of investigation at that time. We were more ghost tours.
Yeah, that's what I call it, ghost tours.
Where we took people on ghost nights, did a bit and bob, but we never really investigated.
No.
So in 2007, was it 2000? No, 2006.
Yeah.
2006, we broke away from AMH.
I did. I broke away, didn't I? Big time.
Big time. I followed you along, and then we formed our own group, which we're not going to say because we don't want to have this in any way take of what we're doing. So we're going to keep that secret. Again, if you want to find out, listen to more podcasts later on. But we formed our own, and it was more about investigating. 10 years later, we get to a point where we've been doing it on and off. And I don't think we're any further forward from where we were when we started in 2006. Even though we've investigated, I think we've investigated well. I think what we've done was really good. I think the techniques we've done. I just don't think the evidence is sat there smacking me in the face.
That's the thing. The evidence is, what do you class as evidence? You catch it on film, on video. Well, people think that's fake.
But I'm not doing this for anybody else. I'm doing this for me.
But I mean, a good one. The first time at Gallows of Justice.
Which we're going to come to later on, so don't give too much away.
Okay, because that was, for me, that was a good experiment, and there was no way the person could see what I was doing, and they were calling out the answers. I went, no, this is good.
Oh no! So I think you were going to talk about the video. No, you can say that.
Oh no! Oh yeah, basically, it was AMH, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was our very first ever ghost hunt at Gallows of Justice in Nottingham. And I think it was like the second room.
The
bigger court area.
Yeah, my brain's gone dead.
Oh,
it's man flu. Died.
But that was in the main court area, and we decided for once we were at. I mean, again, this was what they made, and it was mine and his idea for us to try this experiment. Everybody else was just happy sitting there calling out. We wanted to try something new.
So what we did was basically, Matt said he could see someone behind me.
In pitch black, by the way. It was dark. It wasn't in the light, it was pitch black.
And basically, I held my hands up behind my back, and I said, how many fingers am I holding up? Behind me was a camera filming this. First time, got it wrong. Then repeated it again. How many fingers I got holding up behind my back? I can't remember exactly how many numbers it was. But he got it right. But okay, fluke. And he's asking again how many fingers up. And again, he got it right. I think it was several times. And out of 8 times, you only got it wrong once.
I mean, that was the first time. I don't think they didn't really understand because afterwards we explained what we were looking for. And I think, again, the first answer that I got was whether could I read? Was I getting the correct answer? These are the things. Again, what happened here? We don't know. We've not investigated that part enough. We need to, and maybe in the future, if we can get back out there, doing some ghost hunts, we can actually investigate this further and do more experiments on this. But that was kind of like really interesting.
It's got a bit now. I think for everybody listening, we're not mediums. We're pretty extra large.
I knew you were going to make that joke again.
We're not mediums. Might be slightly sensitive, but we can feel the energy sometimes.
Yeah.
So we are not saying we're mediums or anything like that. If we carry these experiments out, it's what we feel on at that time. Because following on from that, there's several other locations we've been to, and there's no way you can prove it because it didn't have no cameras filming at the time, except for the one location we've got great evidence from, but we're not allowed to release the name of that location.
Yeah.
Because of the nature of their business.
And again, for us, I'm not really doing this for the people that are listening or for the people that are watching it. I want them to see our experiences, and we can talk about this. And this is why we're doing the podcast, and maybe in the future do a bit of a YouTube show. But I don't care what they did. For the evidence that we got from that location was truly, for me, one of the most amazing experiences ever. Because that was probably, like, after what we've done with everything, it really kind of like cemented some things for me. But it still didn't tick every box for me to go, boom, this is...
No, I mean, I know that location, I worked there for several years, so I can't really say my last name because it'd be easy to find it where I was. But basically, it was an old hunting lodge, and in the location we detected a spirit of a young boy. And I think it was the first time we used the ghost box, wasn't it?
Yeah. This was our practice night with it.
So we tried it out. We saw it's near the end of the night. I was packing up. What's that? Sinking out the corner of our eyes. Chased after it, went up 3 flights of stairs, down a corridor, which we picked up nothing all night long from.
We had locked off cameras in that area.
Sat there, called out. Now, one of the lads with us, Ian, his nickname is Bandit, and he has a habit of saying, "Oh, you bandit." So we tried it with a ghost box. Now, the ghost box is just a radio which scrolls round and round and round and doesn't lock onto any radio stations.
If you want to find one, we'll put one in the description below, so you can click on that and you can go and find it. If you don't know what it is, I bet everybody does.
Yeah, probably by now. Back about 4 or 5 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But what happened is, we said, can you hear us? And we sensed he was a little boy, about 8 years old. We knew the history of the building. We asked what was the name, and it gave us the name of the child.
It was weird because it also came through as a child's voice.
Yeah.
So if anybody was sitting there trying to work out about it was just the radio, you could hear people on the radio and you could be making something out. Everybody heard the same voice at the same time. Everybody heard the same name at the same time. But the bit that we all felt was quite strange was it was a child's voice. And this was what? 1 o'clock in the morning, about roughly time?
About 2, wasn't it? I think when we were packing up.
About 2 o'clock in the morning.
But what we did say is, because your name told us age. He said, "Can you repeat after us?" Just to prove it. And our phrase was, "Or you bandit." And as I say, this talk box, ghost box, is just a radio, goes round and round and round, doesn't lock on any channels. You heard it coming through, flicking through all these different channels, and it came out as "All bandit."
Oh,
in a boy's child's voice. We asked it to confirm it again, and it did it again.
Well, what I'm going to do...
Well, you've got to see if you can find it.
I'm going to find it, I'm going to put it on, so if I found it, it will be coming up next. If not, well, we will try and find it for later on the show. But yeah, I mean, that was quite interesting. So the reason why we're actually doing this is purely for ourselves. We make no money out of this. There's not a single bit of money that we've ever made. We've actually put more money into this than we've probably put into a lot of things. So we are out of pocket. There is no reason why we want to do this. We don't want to get famous over this. We're just people that are passionate. I mean, you're also passionate in the UFO system as well. That's something that you like. You know, I have my passions, and that's what we do. And this is just purely because that's what we want to do. So we'll come back to that more about our previous hunts in other episodes, where we're coming along. We'll explain more, which has been quite an interesting time over the last 13, 14, 15 years. I mean, it's been a long time. And so one of the things that we have, and we've just discussed there, is equipment that we've used. We've used many different pieces of equipment, from just crystals right up to K2 meters, Frank's boxes, aka the Ghost box, psychic boards, Ouija boards. We've tried pretty much every piece of equipment. So we thought we'd talk about a bit of equipment now, go back to kind of the basics. And one thing that kind of interested me, the other day was my birthday, and we were at a restaurant, and because the children there really knew that we were kind of ghost hunters, and these are family members, they all wanted us to do a ghost hunt in this darkened room, and so you got out something on your phone.
Yeah, see if we can call it up.
So just to explain why he's getting it for, is now you can download ghost apps or ghost radars or ghost something. Now, what we're going to be asking over the next couple of weeks is, do these really work? Are these going to be good pieces of equipment for ghost hunters, or are they just for fun?
Basically, I'll just call it for fun. Yeah, I've got one here. It's called a ghost communicator. As you can hear.
There's the boom.
What's it? Hold your finger.
Oh, you got to hold your finger on there.
So I'd hold my finger on this.
Really?
That is it. Just makes a few funny noises. Are you going to do anything? Okay, what was that about? Nothing.
Exactly. No. So these are fun, but people keep asking us, do these actually work? Can they pick up what they're saying? I mean, the ghost radar one's the quite interesting one, really.
There's another one called.
It's the ghost radar one.
No, this one's called Ghost Observer. These are all on an Android phone.
Yeah, you can also get them for the iPhone. Check them out. But again, we're not saying these are good for ghost hunting. We're actually probably going to start safe.
Basically, just told me there's a signal. So I'm padding my phone around trying to find this alleged ghost. And
oh, it was over there.
Oh, it's over there.
There we go.
What is that? Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like about... No, that's a dog if you get it, it's not a ghost. Yeah, it just looks like 4 zeros, or it could just be the reflection off my camera on the mirror. It lets you take a photo. Apparently there's an EF.
Do you want actually do us a favour, get that back and take a photo of it, and then we'll put this on now so you can see.
Okay, done.
Okay. So there's something that we've that again, I don't believe in them. I don't think any ghost hunting group should ever be using them. So if you've gone on a ghost hunting group and they tell you to download this or use them, for my own research, and again this is mine and his research in this, we would say don't use them as a ghost. Use them to scare your kids at Halloween. I think would be a great choice to do it.
I think it's basically let your own mind up. We can't tell it to say that. We should be saying that basically, in a way.
But our research that we've done so far is they don't work.
Yeah.
That's our research, and that's what I'm saying. My opinion is don't use them because they're more for entertainment. They're coming from a mobile phone. Can our mobile phones pick up EMF music? I don't know. I think we should do a bit more research into it and see and try them on hunts. But I would sit down and say, don't use them. If you want a proper ghost hunting piece of equipment, go out and get something like a K2 meter or an EMF meter or something. They're older than time, but again, do they really work? And these are things that we're going to, over time, we're going to use them and find out. You're not farting, eh?
No, I'm
easy enough. Yeah, so I think that's one thing we're also going to start doing with this is we're going to start looking at researching equipment as well. And you know, if you're a company that has ghost equipment, let us know what you sell, and we can promote it and stuff. You know, that's what we're looking for.
Well, let's have a quick look, see what's out there now. Okay, I mean, there is some on Facebook. Ghost hunting equipment second hand, so it might be worth looking that up. Ghostshop.com.
Ghostshop.com.
Actually, there's one thing I have noticed: video cameras. You're trying to capture something. The old analog videos, not digital. Because I remember one thing you told me when you first got your digicamera, your little handheld one.
Yeah.
The infrared, the night vision wasn't that good on it.
Yeah, it's the newer cameras, because of certain reasons, they changed it from 0 lux to 0.2 or 0.3. Now there's not many of them out there. You have to enhance your infrared system to get anything.
If you want to know how to do that, there's plenty of videos out there how to do that online. If you stick like the little cameras, the GoPro cameras on that lines, or compatible GoPro cameras, basically you just remove the lens and take the red filter off, and then put the lens back on. Basically, you've got a full spectrum video then.
Cool, right. So before we will be looking at equipment again next time. So keep looking at that. Just want to move on to something that we found. We were talking earlier about our very first ever ghost hunt.
Yeah.
Gallows of Justice. And we caught this. Now we're going to show you a little video. And we would like your opinion on this video. Okay? You've got your opinion. I've got my opinion. We're just going to play it now again so we both can see it live here right now. It takes a while, but just have a little bit of a watch, and we'll take our thoughts after. So obviously this was our very first ever ghost hunt in 2005 as AMH.
Sophie's next to the door, not me.
The female presence next to the door.
Yeah.
Not me.
There's a little boy in here.
Not me. Not me. Not me.
Quite interesting. Now, I'll let you talk first, and then I'll come in with my theory.
Well, is it saying mummy or not me? Now, to be honest, I don't know if I did it. But I went back, where is it?
2005.
A few years ago now. And I don't know if it's me. I can't remember if it's me, but everybody says if it's me, they want to know it as me.
But that's the thing, right? We, and especially me, and obviously the people that we're with, you know what they were like. And I'm not going to say any bad thing, but they would have, if you would have done something silly at this precise moment in time, as saying it in a different voice, somebody would have spoke up. That's my belief. The only issue with this is, we had this in 2005. We didn't actually look at the video until 2010. Okay, so it was 5 years after that we were getting rid of this because we didn't want to be associated with this group at all. We were getting rid of it, and I thought I was going to watch this video because I was like, you know, going over some past stuff. I thought it would have been great, and I came across this and I found this. Now, if we continue that, you can actually hear that I say there's a little boy in this room. And that, for me, is another bit of evidence to say, well, really, did I hear that at that time? I can't remember, it's 2005, but I do say that. So for me to say that, after that, ties it in a little bit more. And we've played it for people, and some people have said, wow, sounds like a kid wanting his mum. Very interesting. It was clear as day. Great EVP here. You know, people have liked this EVP. It is a clear EVP. It's like they were standing there, and even when, you know, it was like touch the female presence. That's the door. I understand where you're coming from, because you know, it could say not me, and
especially when I say not me a minute or a few seconds before.
But what
if it was me? Because I'm going to try and repeat it now. Not me. That's all my voice. Not me.
Wow, it is quite simple.
Well, that's it. Play it back and I'll do it again. Because this is what I want to debunk it. I mean, so
yeah, I said it there. A little bit more here.
Not me.
not me,
Not me.
not me.
Not me.
It could be. It could be.
I say, I put my hands up. I've got a funny feeling it was me. I don't know why I did it, if it was. But if it was, what do people think?
You've heard it here. Give us your opinions. You've seen the video, and you've now listened to Craig do it. You've now listened to him doing it.
Oh, you've got names on there.
Oh no, it'll be a different video. I've got the old one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be. You've heard it. So now, let us know what you think. Okay. So you, you. So you've heard us. You've seen the video. You've heard him repeat it. Is it him? Do you think it is him? Can we debunk this? I'm starting to challenge my own theory now, because it does. You've never done that before. You've never actually gone through and did the voice again. Not with me. Not with me. You've not.
I have. You just don't listen.
Well, it's the first time I've heard it, and it sounds a bit more like it. Okay, so there's going to be more. We've got a lot more evidence that we want to go through. We want you guys to help us debunk this. Again, these will be coming in other videos that we are going to be doing, so stay tuned to the Naked Truth.
Yeah, because I've got a great one from when we went to an airfield. And
yes,
I played it back, and it's everybody who heard it said it sounded demonic.
Yeah.
I thought, what was it? Because we weren't going to go back there for a long, long time. I went to another location for work and saw that these tables had the same cloth on. Lucky enough, I still had the equipment in the back of the car.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'll go and get the equipment out, try it, and basically I will sync out this demonic sound. I must have caught the MP3 recorder. It's exactly the same, because these tables and tablecloth are exactly the same. So this is like I said, the Naked Truth. We want to rule that out.
So we want you guys to help us debunk more videos like this, and they'll be coming up in future videos. So stay tuned to the Naked Truth. Okay, right, moving on. I set up a poll on Twitter and Facebook and asked people, do you believe in ghosts? Because I think after Most Haunted, the TV show, it's actually kind of been spoiled, the ghost world. I think people now less believe.
I don't know, to tell the truth. Probably more people have come out. How to phrase this? More people have come out the ghost closet. They want to know more about it.
No, I think they did. I think they've gone back in. I think Most Haunted and that one that was in America, they've kind of ruined ghost hunting.
No, I think people are more interested. I mean, at work, people know what to do sometimes, and you ask me. It's not like they're taking a Michael. They're actually keen to know.
Yeah, no. But I think,
and then they're keen to tell you their experiences.
But when we started in 2005, there was roughly about 200-300 ghost hunting groups in the UK. In its height, and there was probably, you're looking at like thousands, if not more groups. I mean, there was everywhere. You couldn't hit. I believe now there's a lot more ghost hunting groups going by the way, because places are
saturated.
People have been there before, but they're also pricing themselves out of the game. You know, you want to go to an X location, it's going to cost you £1,000 for the entrance fee, and then you've got your public liability on top, and then you've got X, Y, and Z. You've got this. You've got the equipment. I think at the moment, you know, ghost hunting has been. You know, we've seen the peak. We're now going back down. You know, it's strange that we're starting up again. I think it's the right time for us to start.
It's not really started up again. We've been on the back burner. It's just finding locations. We've both got busy lives.
Yeah, I mean, we I agree with that. I think for me, it's a case of I got to a point where I lost my passion. because we've done so much, and we weren't having the opportunity to actually do the investigation. So when we first started, we were investigating and moving forward. And I still can't say to this day that I'm a believer in ghosts. Even though I've been doing it for 10 years and we've had some great evidence, we've had that. I don't know what it is, and I still want to know. And I think that's the reason why I've started up The Naked Truth with yourself, because I want to find that answer now. I'm fed up of doing the usual stuff. Let's do something a little bit different. Let's go out there and say, "F the world." I want to find something out. So we had the polls on Twitter and Facebook, and after compiling them together, for me it's kind of it's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought we're going to have a lot more people saying, "Oh my God, no, they're not real." But we had 43% said, "Yeah, they are," and 43% said, "I'm not sure," and the other 14% were the ones that said no.
14%.
14%. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's probably some decimal points somewhere in there and something. It's probably 13 point something, but that's where it's come from. And so I thought there'd be more people saying not. I mean, if you go onto places like Twitter and Facebook, you still search. There's still a lot of ghost hunting groups out there, but I think a lot of them have stopped doing a lot. I don't see, companies in the UK, ones that we've worked with closely, doing much more now. They've kind of slowed down. Whereas it was in height, it was moving forward.
Well, everybody saw it as a money maker. There's still some going now, but unless you all got big investment, you're not going to make money unless you can get the
big venues
who will only allow your group to go in, which kind of spoils it for everybody else then.
And that's the thing. It kind of we did one up in Chillingham. It must have been about 2007. And we took all our equipment up there, ready and waiting to do all a bit of our ghost hunting. We got there and they went, "I'm afraid you can't video."
Actually, I was about, that technically could be the first hunt we did after leaving AMH.
No, we did more than that.
No, the first one after, when we came up, because it was that weekend.
Yeah, maybe.
I pitched the new group to you.
No, it was 2006. It wasn't 2006.
Yeah, 2006, because basically we took equipment up, because you only went to Chillingham before and you had a bad
we had
time there.
Yeah.
So you got a free weekend out of it. So basically we thought we'd make a long weekend out of it and we go to Edinburgh. So both couple, myself and wife and your wife and myself at the time, we drove up to Edinburgh. Stayed in a nice location.
We're going off on a tangent.
Yeah, but basically, yeah. But
we'll get to that point in a minute. What the point I was trying to make is that Richard Felix.
Well, yeah, we was told at the time we could not film.
Because it was Richard Felix that got the rights to the castle and the ghost. How can you have rights to castles and how can you have rights to the ghost?
I don't know. He's got to perform. There can't be performance rights because they weren't performing.
So this is the thing. He paid the group to say you can't do it. I understand that, and it wound us up because we couldn't do it. So we'd gone all the way to Chillingham Castle with our equipment, and we got told point blank can't record.
The only place we could record was in our room, which we stayed in the Keep, wasn't it?
It was the top room. It was supposed to be the most expensive room ever. Yeah.
Yeah. Which at the time I don't think was that haunted, but
it wasn't at all. I stayed awake all night, and nothing. But that's again, we're moving on. I think ghost hunting is dying, and I think the reason why is because TV shows have ruined it. I think you look at somebody like Most Haunted. I mean, why would you have a camera in your hand and suddenly go, "Well, I'm not going to carry the camera all the way down to the bottom of this hall. I'm just going to put it at the bottom and walk down so people can see my heels, and then when we get to the bottom, scream and come back." I mean, as a ghost hunter, you're always prepared. You've always got your camera in your hand. You've always got something good.
I know what you're saying, but
you're a big TV company. You should have it in your hand all the time. There was no reason for them to...
Yeah, for them, yeah. But, I know, speaking from that experience, two of the biggest things which proved to me there was sync there, actually three of them, one we've already mentioned, and we did record that, but the other two, I saw with my own eyes, but wasn't recorded.
Yeah, but you weren't recording... and kept recording and walked away from it. What I'm saying is, if you're going to be recording, you keep it going. You keep it with you. It's like let's use Paranormal Activity, the movie, as an example. It's a fake movie about a paranormal activity, and it's completely different to Ghost. But what I'm saying is, through the whole of that video, anytime something happened, what did he do? The first thing he did is he went and got his camera.
Yeah.
Yeah? Because that's what you do. Anything happens, your camera's there. You're on a hunt, you keep your camera with you until you get into your safe zone or camp base or whatever you want to call it. And you know you're done, bang, finished. That's absolutely fine. But they got the camera, were still filming, I'm going to put it here and videoing my feet. Well, that's not good video and it's not good TV, is it? So why? And then as soon as they got to a place, got the camera, picked it up, and as they got back to the place where they saw everything, it had gone. It doesn't make, and I think things like that, and Mary loves Dick, you know, that bit is just, you know, I think that, you know, I've talked to people who are passionate about ghost hunting or still want to ghost hunt, but they always mention it, and they still ask me, is it fake? Do you fake it? Because of the TV show.
No, we don't fake it. There's no point. What's the point of faking anything?
No, what we do,
Good question.
is we do experiments, but we tell people. So tonight we're going to be doing an experiment. We can't tell you what the experiment is, but we will tell you at the end of the night what the experiment is. Just because we don't want people thinking we're faking it, you know. So one of the experiments we've done in the past is we've been in the room, we've pretended to smell something and to see what the results were. These are the results. We've also had where we've taken 3 different people into one room and told them 3 different stories. Things like this room was really, really haunted, or nothing completely happened here, and one to say that, you know, we've done this and see what the results are. So we've done that, but we've made sure people have understood that this is an experiment. We're not just going to fake it for, you know, we're not going to fake it and then try and get money out of you. We don't do that.
And if we do take money, it's just enough to cover the night.
Yeah, if we do ask for money, it is because we can't afford to pay the thousands or £500 to go to a venue that everybody wants to go to, so we ask for a little bit of money to help towards that, and then and that's it. We make, I think we've probably had a loss of plus £1,000 in this game, maybe. So. But that's another thing. Right, moving swiftly on before the end of the show, looking through the internet, and again, this is where you guys can help. Send us all your videos from YouTube. And we'll look at them and we'll go through them. So I've found this one, which is a ghost caught on tape. It's got the scary music. You've not seen this properly yet, no. So I'll flick through it. So we'll give you the website, the actual place. Real Ghost Videos it is, which is on YouTube. Go and follow them. They've probably got some really good videos. And it's a good channel if you want to scare yourself. Whether it's real or not, we can't say. But we're going to try and give our opinions on this, and again, please stress, this is an opinion. We're doing this purely because we want to find out the truth. So we'll play this video. What do you think?
So your first one, couldn't see underneath the desk. So you couldn't see if there was anyone there pushing it. The bottle, really put it on a bigger screen to have a look. And yet again, third one, with the being pushed away on the chair. Right, couldn't really see that clearly. Is she kicking away? Or someone pushed her?
Let's see if we can get the bottle bit here again for you. Oh, no, too far back. I'm going to turn off the sound on this.
Yeah, turn the sound off.
Sounds like Star Trek. So, it's now going to go to the bottle. So there's the bottle. It was definitely pushed from the top.
Yeah, flicked over.
But does that mean it's still not... I don't know. That one's quite interesting. But again, the camera tricks that you can do nowadays. This bit here as well, it's quite interesting, is a shadow. If you watch the shadow when it actually happens. There.
Yeah, sort of twisting it round. There you go, 'cause it looks like... I just wonder if this one's got a green suit on.
This is what I'm saying. I'm just trying to see if it goes over this, because if it does, that's fake. What? It should go behind, but it goes on top. So the interesting thing would be... So where is her shadow?
Well, you look where the light source is off the start, where it's casting. Well, if you look at that, that's...
Her shadow is down here.
Yeah, but look on the windowsill.
Yeah. It's too straight. It's not bending around things. Well, okay, so.
And the height of it as well.
Yeah.
It's over there.
It's gone over. I don't know. It's a quite very good video. Whether it's true or not, I don't think we can say. At this precise moment in time, a bit more investigation. Maybe we need to read into it a little bit more.
The only way you can really do is if you've got the full access for the blog, that camera for the whole day.
So, hold it 1 second. Let's see if they've made a mistake. Yes, they've made a mistake. Just noticed something.
What?
What's that camera?
Camera 07.
Different camera.
Oh no, they're just closed in.
Camera.
07. Ah, yeah.
See what I mean? So that's camera 7 as well. You can't have two camera 7s.
Yeah, so CCTV, 2 camera 7s.
Yep. You wouldn't have that if it was it looks like a proper university or a proper area, working area. They would have proper cameras. That would be camera something, because 07 would have been over here. It's the same camera. That's fake.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. Tell us, what do you think? What do you really think? We're not saying that this is truly fake. This is my opinion. When I watch it, I look for the little things. Camera 07 in the top, and stuff. Real scary videos, real ghost videos. So look.
Actually, see what the comments are on that. See what they say.
They've disabled comments for this video.
Ah, right. I wonder why.
I wonder why as well. Maybe they were getting some trolls and stuff. But yeah, real ghost videos. Check it out. We'll put the link at the bottom as well. So we're going to put this on there. But please check it out. Again, to my eyes and to his eyes, we believe it's fake. You wouldn't have the same camera number on two different cameras. That would never happen. And something like that, you know. So that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Right, we will be back again very, very soon for more of this. We're going to be telling more stories, and we're going to be putting up more videos. We've got a very interesting one that we had from our trip to a railway station, where something happened over the CD radio. We'll see if we can debunk that one. Thank you for joining us here on The Naked Truth.
See ya. Bye.